BIM Task Group es un grupo de trabajo conformado por empresas, agremiaciones, instituciones académicas y entidades de gobierno cuyo objetivo es promover la adopción de Building Information Modeling e impulsar políticas públicas que contribuyan a exigir su uso en las obras de infraestructura en aras del desarrollo tecnológico, la productividad y sustentabilidad de la industria de la construcción en el país. Nuestra meta es fomentar y coadyuvar a los órganos públicos y a las empresas para una correcta implementación de la metodología BIM a lo largo del país. Su uso generalizado permitirá erradicar malas prácticas como la falta de transparencia, favoreciendo la productividad y sustentabilidad de la industria.
En febrero del 2020 se llevó a cabo la primera edición del Foro Guanajuato BIM. El éxito del evento fue conseguido gracias a la colaboración transversal de instituciones públicas y privadas. La primera edición consiguió que alumnos de programas de arquitectura e ingeniería, consultores, constructores, servidores y funcionarios públicos de la región consiguieran un acercamiento efectivo a las metodologías de trabajo del Building Information Modeling, BIM. La industria de la arquitectura, ingeniería y construcción en México ha conseguido grandes pasos a la digitalización de procesos y utilización de estándares y herramientas digitales, gracias al trabajo de grandes organizaciones e instituciones. La Fundación FIT, en conjunto con las instituciones con las que sostiene grandes alianzas, se sumaron en dichos pasos mediante la segunda edición del Foro Guanajuato BIM, la cual evolucionó a Congreso Internacional Guanajuato BIM 2022, construyendo en la era digital. La Fundación para la Investigación e Implementación Tecnológica, FIT, presentó la nueva edición del Congreso Internacional Guanajuato BIM 2023. El Congreso se convierte en un centro de exploración y aprendizaje donde puede recibir información de alto valor que será compartida por profesionales y especialistas nacionales e internacionales quienes motivan, enseñan y propician la adopción BIM. La estructura del evento se integró con conferencias magistrales, masterclasses, talleres teórico-prácticos y una zona de stand comerciales que lleva por nombre Feria Tecnoconstruy, lo cual lo convierte en uno de los eventos BIM más importantes de México. Bienvenidos al Congreso Internacional Guanajuato BIM 2023.
Bilal Succar es un asesor estratégico e investigador independiente que se centra en la evaluación y mejora del rendimiento digital en el entorno construido. Es director de Change Agents AS, una consultoría de transformación digital que opera en Melbourne, Australia. El Dr. Succar es el fundador de la Iniciativa BIMe, sin fines de lucro, una comunidad de más de 160 investigadores de 42 países, y es también el editor principal del Diccionario BIM Internacional, que cubre 27 idiomas, incluido el español. Bilal ha publicado revistas académicas muy citadas, ha liderado destacadas iniciativas de educación BIM y ha pronunciado conferencias magistrales y talleres en todo el mundo, que cubren temas que van desde la transformación digital hasta la adopción de macro-BIM. La misión del Dr. Succar es fomentar la mejora continua del desempeño, la colaboración internacional y el intercambio abierto de conocimientos.
Hi to all our friends of the BIM Task Group Mexico. I'm very happy today because we have with us a great personality of BIM. He has been provided a strong theoretical foundation on the adoption of BIM that has been a solid foundation for the implementation in countries at the macro level. Today we have with us Dr. Bilal Succar. We are very blessed to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
So welcome. And also Elias is going to, we want to talk a little bit about it. First of all, Bilal, we would like to know how to you start getting involved with it, how this passion began growing.
Yes, I was in the middle of changing my career from interior architecture, interior design to IT management, CAD management. That was back in 2000. And I started hearing about something called energy modeling in the past, this research coming out of Europe. Okay. And took a look at it and just fell in love, you can say. And started reading like crazy about it. back then I used to print a lot, so not very sustainable behavior. And start reading like for weeks, and then start to research it really seriously, and then okay, this is the way of the future. And I was working at a large architectural firm, I remember, and they were convinced to move forward. That was really exciting. So tested many things with them. It was a success. The first couple of projects were really, we had very high levels of increase in productivity. And then I thought, okay, this is the future for sure. And decided to my own consultancy business in 2004, get my first client, etc. The rest is history.
Oh, good, great. Yes, I want to.
Yes. Hi, thank you for being here in Mexico. I feel great admiration for you. So I would like to ask you, what could be a strategy for a government to implement or accelerate the BIM implementation? What is your recommendation or key aspects of that?
Yes, actually, we did a lot of research investigating how different countries has approached the issue of BIM adoption. It's very challenging, of course, to change habits of the construction industry, especially that we have disintegrated supply chains. And over the years, we learned many lessons from different countries, and this can be distilled into specific things that the government can do to encourage adoption. There is a research paper about this, but I'm just going to try to summarize it again. The first thing, you have a very clear vision. For adoption to happen within a market, the policymaker need to have a very clear vision about where they want to go and where they want the industry to go with them. They also need to have strong leadership position. They have to position themselves as leaders within that space, meaning they should transmit to others that this is our vision and we're going, and everyone needs to go with us. After having a very clear vision and strong leadership, you need to commit to work with industry, with academia, with different stakeholders, with associations, etc., to understand the requirements to move forward. BIM, as we all know, is not just about the adoption of certain sets of tools. Of course, tools are important, but there's so many changes to processes, there's so many needs for guides and standards, and a policymaker, a government, an authority need to understand the complexity of this thing and to take it slowly with the industry, but it needs to always project a vision forward. There's, of course, specific things we can discuss about what they can invest their energy, or if they have resources to invest in. But in general, the most important thing is to have this very clear vision and a strong leadership.
Okay.
And the involvement of the policymakers is a condition for implementing BIM or adopting BIM as a nation. There is another way, because sometimes it's difficult to get the policymakers involved.
That's correct. Now, it depends on the culture of each country. In some countries, it is sadly only people, the industry will only move if the government moves. Okay? If the government mandates something, the industry will wait for that mandate. They're used to having a mandate. They will wait for that mandate and then they'll start moving. In other places like Australia, we do not typically accept a mandate when it comes to technological innovation. The role of the government is minor here, maybe just to encourage the industry to invest in itself. But it's not a requirement. Like if you look at all the Western countries, the level of maturity, let's say, in different countries, the role of government is not, it is necessary, but it's not enough. The government accelerates adoption. It does not create an adoption wave. Meaning you can have an adoption wave in a country without intervention of government. But intervention of government will accelerate this dramatically. Yeah, and this is because of what we refer to it as the pull factor. Like if you're a large contractor, you can pull your subcontractors up to your level of innovation. If you're a government and you have a clear vision, strong leadership, you can pull all the stakeholders to share your vision and to accept your leadership and reach their vision.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, I want to change the subject a little bit, and we would like to tell us about the project, very interesting project that is the BIM Dictionary. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. We have an international community, we refer to it as the BIM Excellence Initiative or the BIMe Initiative. This is a group of 170 plus researchers from across the world, including professors, PhD students, postdoc, people from industry, and we have multiple projects. We have actually 6 fixed projects. The first project, which is a foundation project, is the BIM Dictionary. The BIM Dictionary now includes more than 800 terms in English, translated into 26 languages. Translation happens by different teams from across the world. The intention behind this effort by this large group of people is to identify a common language across borders. So people, when they communicate together, they are using the same terms, similar understanding of the terms.
That's very important.
Of course.
So this is your first trip to Mexico.
This is my first trip to Mexico. I go Guanajuato.
So you like it?
Oh my God. I'm so pleased to have come to Guanajuato. It's such a beautiful city. Mexico is such a rich country culturally. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm here to, of course, to participate in a forum, but I can't help but just feel so pleased to be here.
Oh, it's very nice to have you here. Thank you for visiting Mexico, and I hope that this will be the first time that
I hope so.
And let me finish with that question. Which country are they leading the innovation of BIM and what is maker that we can follow them?
Yes, there is no country that can BIM. And this is a common question. There is countries who have invested a lot in training, and other countries have invested a lot in education, other countries in standardization, and you know some of these examples, correct? But you cannot say that the country is leading in this huge topic that we refer to as building information modeling, which includes digitalization, protocols, standards, change of processes. So there is one country specific to follow, but there's many countries that have started this earlier. We can look at what they're doing, and we learn from what they achieved, and we then develop our own approach that will suit Mexico.
Okay, thanks.
In Victor's group, we are working in 3 main areas. That is the government, the industry, and the academia. And we are doing baby steps, and sometimes it gets frustrating because we want to do more than we can actually achieve. I would like to finish with an encouraging words from you for all the Mexican community that is getting involved.
Yes. Being here for the first time, I'm really impressed by the amount of effort, the amount of knowledge and expertise available in this forum, and of course to see the past group doing what they're doing. Even this setup for this interview is very impressive. That really gives me, you, others hope that your path to digital transformation is going to be done in a structured way, at a pace. Doesn't have to be very fast. But you should be, based on what I see, you should be very hopeful that you should reach your goals in the future.
Okay, thank you, Bilal. Thank you, Elias. And thank you. Good morning to everyone.
No te pierdas el miércoles de la próxima semana la entrevista a Juliana Rodríguez y Jessica Guidó de la empresa Bosa Velvet. Cuentan con más de 14 años de experiencia participando en la implementación de la metodología BIM y filosofía Lean en muy diversas empresas y con una amplia gama de software. Han participado en diversos proyectos importantes, siendo uno de ellos el Tren Maya. Juliana y Jessica de Bosa Velvet tienen la proyección para 2023 de destacar y divulgar la labor de la mujer y de los nativos digitales como la nueva fuerza de trabajo, posicionando adecuadamente la adaptación de nuevas formas de trabajo y metodologías.